Never, never, never die. 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 Never die.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. And I have a guest on this week. But before we get to that, let me thank my podcast sponsors. I'd like to thank Everyday Fit Life. If you're looking for a nutrition plan that's easy to follow, step by step, a blueprint, it's 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. You pick how much help you need. You follow the program, and guess what? Results happen. It is that easy. And you get 20% off with Angry Dad at checkout. And I also like to thank Max Performance Peptides. Look, you're looking for peptides. You're looking for a reliable source, someone that can show up, someone that you know that you'll be able to get hooked up every time. And you can get 10% off with Angry Dad at checkout. That is Max Performance Peptides. Please check them out. I appreciate it. Everything is in the notes. Now that I got that out the way, Frank Boniello, look, world's strongest firefighter, and that's no tough feat because this is at the Arnold Classic, and
Right.
I have a few firefighters in the family on my wife's side of the family. I'm from the Bay Area, Frank,
Okay.
and the San Mateo, I want to say Millbrae, and Pacifica. I have 3 captains and a chief in the family for firefighters. So it really caught my attention when you wanted to come on. So I was like, all right, let's actually talk this, because I have some family members that'd be probably pretty interested in listening to this episode, because it probably takes so much work and so much effort to be a firefighter and compete at that level.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on the show. Yeah, it's a challenge for sure. A lot to balance. Yeah. We work long hours. The pace can change. So some days you're really busy, other days you're a little bit slower. And then, training for strongman and big shows and trying to be the strongest you can. It's a challenge for sure.
Oh yeah, no, it is a challenge. You know what I'm saying? Luckily for me, I get to hang out with some of the strongest in the world, and it's just the level it takes to understand what it takes to be at a championship level is the kind of dedication you would expect from a firefighter. So it's like, that's what you want. You know what I'm saying? When there's a fire or an emergency and you got the strongest firefighter in the world showing up to your fucking emergency, you know what I'm saying? It's safe to say you're in good hands, right?
Oh yeah, I should get a badge on my shirt that says that.
Hey, for real. I
man.
would be placing it everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Even at your station, I'd be like, the home of the world's strongest firefighter, right off top. Because it is an actual title out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's something I would definitely be flashing around if I was you.
Yeah, my friends and family never hesitate to introduce that in the conversation. I don't like to come right off the bat and be like, hey, look at me, 2025 world's strongest firefighter. But they don't hesitate, It's it's funny. It's all
that's the right
fun.
way to do it.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into actually what got you started in firefighting, because one of the things I love about doing my show, and it's one of the things I promote the most, is people chasing their dreams, reaching their dreams, like achieving goals. You know what I'm saying? Because you've not just achieved a goal, you achieved an upper echelon of goals. And I just want to start at the beginning, because that like, everyone always thinks it's too late, it's not enough time, or it's too hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something I always want to make sure that people listening to this podcast actually are inspired to understand, what it takes to get to where you're at.
Man, where would you like me to start?
Oh no! Hey, tell me, was firefighting at the top of your list, or is it something you fell into?
So, I kind of had a unique situation where I joined the Air Force, active duty, and I was presented the opportunity to become a firefighter. And it's always been a dream of mine since I was a kid. I got a family showed me some photos, just drawings I made when I was a kid. I was like, thought it was the coolest thing ever. Anyways, when I got presented with that opportunity, I took it full force and never looked back. I did 6 years active duty as a firefighter. So what that looks like working for the Air Force is we have like a structural side, which is more relatable to your city fire departments, take care of houses, commercial properties, things like that. And then the Air Force has a flying mission, so we're also running the airport side of it with the big crash trucks that hold upwards of 3,000 gallons of water on those. So
Yeah, some heavy duty machinery. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
you just didn't get one side of firefighting. So like even coming into civilian firefighting, you know what I'm saying? How was that transition? Because like I said, even with the military, understanding that you're dealing with even more flammable liquids, even more things that could go wrong. You know what I'm saying? Especially
yeah,
with jets. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm assuming aircraft carriers or like big freaking cargo fucking you know what I'm talking about. Like I said,
yeah. We got
the amount of equipment you guys have to handle.
yeah, we cover a wide base of emergency responses, and some you were just kind of touching on was the aircraft, and some of them carry munitions, so that presents its own unique challenges and hazards associated with that. Yeah, the branch over into the civilian side was pretty seamless for myself. I pretty much just changed the color of my uniform. I'm working with the Department of Air Force still as a civilian. So
Nice, nice. And with you training and getting into that, you know what I'm saying? Like, is this something that they give you time to achieve, or is this all just on your specific, like, it's my day off, this is my training day, this is what I do. Hey, I'm going to compete. I'm going to have to take some vacation.
yeah, so we get our days pretty well packed in with training and yeah, all sorts of running emergencies, all sorts of stuff. They keep us busy, and usually in the afternoons we have time to you know spend the time as you see fit, and I
Yeah.
see fit as just getting as strong as I can. So I uh, I wrote a sign on the mirror in the gym that says Frank's Gym because how much time I spend in there. Yeah.
Well, that's good. It's good to hear because like it's very like training specifically for strongman, and and just even achieving this in the being the world's strongest firefighter. Like I said, people like it takes time and effort, and trying to fucking walk that line of like, all right, I'm going
Yeah.
to train, but if there's an emergency, I'm saying, I got 600 pounds I'm pulling here, and then all of a sudden I got to put on some equipment and take off.
Yeah. It happens, it's the name of the game. It could be frustrating, but you have to understand that, you know, your job is first, training comes second. So, um, and it helps to be a little more, I guess, adaptive in your training program. So doing things that are easier to like get up and out of, you know, uh, maybe not doing your max effort deadlifts while you're at work, reading like your full kit,
Yeah.
like so
Well,
just a little
yeah.
bit of adjustments, and you know, I save those for my days off when I
Oh,
have more time, more liberty, less constraints. I could
a
spend as
little bit
much
more
time in
recovery.
there. Yeah, absolutely.
No, no, I definitely get that. And with the crew that you run with, like how do they approach what you're doing? Are they getting interested? Are they joining in? Have you like flipped? Because strongman is something that is like it's what do you call it? It's very life adapting because the stronger you
Yeah,
are, everything else becomes just another day.
yeah. The carryover from the sport to my profession, I mean, I think it's necessary. You don't have to just be like statically strong, but there's cardiovascular aspects of it, work capacity, and uh, it just makes me feel better when I'm doing the job. There's been some interest at work with the guys like, dude, how much does that sandbag weigh? Like, can I pick that up? Like, yeah, absolutely. Let me show you the best way to do it because I don't need anybody getting injured on my behalf,
Yeah.
because I
Eh,
leave some strongman stuff at work, and last thing I need is minor injury or something happening. Like, hey, so now you can't do that. You know, I'd hate
Yeah.
for that to happen.
Yeah, no, you would definitely, because that's one of those things too. Is like when you watch someone do something who's nailed it down and got that technique, it's very, very unassuming. Of like, I'm just gonna walk up and do this, and then all of a sudden you tear a bicep, all of a sudden you tear a lat. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
throw out your back because like he just picked that up like it was nothing, and now and like let's even say a 280-pound sandbag is not very big. You know what I'm saying? It's still 280 pounds. It's usually something most people can start off with, but it's like if you're not prepared for it, you're not prepared for it.
yeah. You said most people can start off with the 280.
Well,
That's crazy.
I have a little bit of misconception too because I'm a huge guy myself,
Okay, all right.
and I'm always hanging around regular people, like with like I was this weekend was the Olympia, so I was literally around Nick Bass, Brian Shaw, you know what I'm
Oh
saying,
yeah,
Travis Ortmeyer, and it's like I'm just hanging out with guys that are just kind of just that can throw stuff around like it ain't nothing. I
yeah,
just watched Bubba Pritchett do 280, and just literally melody it, throw it, sandbag over bar, and I'm just like, and it was nothing to him. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. That kid's got a bright future. It's
Oh, he
incredible to watch.
absolutely does.
Yeah,
Absolutely does. Smart, intelligent, he listens to his dad. That kid can't ask for much more than that. He's on the road to being the youngest world's strongest man, I feel, anyways.
yeah. It'd be cool to see.
Oh yeah, no, big time. Now, let's talk a little bit of Olympia. What were not the Olympia, because I was just at the Olympia, the Arnold Classic. You know what I'm
All
saying? Like,
right.
what are the qualifiers to get you in just in that kind of conversation there?
Okay. Yeah. Excuse me. It's dry. So the World's Strongest Firefighter is actually really easy to get into. It's a 2-day competition. Anyone can sign up. You just show proof of being a firefighter. And day one is your prelims, your qualifier. So, and we have all the different weight classes, lightweight, middleweight, open class. And based off of your results of day one, a select few are invited to the finals. And man, the finals is insane because just the show they put on is it's incredible. We're on the main stage. Arnold Schwarzenegger comes up and watches the event, and just the atmosphere is incredible. You got thousands of people in front of you, cheering and yelling. Like it's incredible. Yeah, the last 2 years they've been doing a pound for pound uh, equation.
Yeah.
So a man or woman, regardless of their weight, can win the title of World's Strongest Firefighter.
Okay.
Yeah, and in years past, it's always been open weight men because, I mean, physically they're the strongest. But I was able to, hold my own and show the world that, a middleweight or weight class athlete can win that title
Hey,
and show
and
out for the underdogs.
hey, and that is even a bigger feather in your cap because, like I said, it's even the weight distribution. It's so much more on the open men's side. But if you
Yeah,
can go pound for pound and you're pulling what they're pulling, goddamn, that's some serious fucking work right there because
yeah.
like when you go to these shows, you go to strongman shows, usually you can see that power scale difference, but the thing is like there's reasons why there's weight classes, but if you're going toe to toe with open, goddamn, that's even more impressive right there.
And the weight scale is getting so close for the middleweights, like the 105 kilo class to open weight, like ability. The class is it's got some monsters in it, and these guys are pushing big weight. It's really cool.
Yeah,
If,
it is cool. I was just because like at the where I was just at, they just had America's Strongest Man, America's
yeah,
Strongest Woman, and America's Strongest Veteran. So I got that trifecta there.
yeah.
So
I was tuning into that on the live stream. It looked
oh,
like a
and
really
then
cool
yeah,
show.
you see Nick too because I was out there hanging with Nick and Travis all day. So they
Yeah,
was actually doing the commentation for all that the entire time. I was
Yeah.
right off to the side, just off camera.
You should have squeezed your way in there.
Oh yeah, I never want to step on these toes. I'm there as a guest, so I'm just gonna. I always like to keep it respectful.
Right.
So let's talk event. What was the best event that you had at that show?
Oh man. So like I was saying, there's a 2-day competition. We have 4 events both days,
That's
and
brutal.
yeah, and there was a deadlift on both days too. So
Oh, oh my god.
and yeah, 2 overhead press events too. Man, I did really well on the prelims. I enjoyed a lot of those events because they just tailor them to firefighters and not just like generic strongman.
Yeah,
Like one we had a sandbag carry for distance, and you could easily relate that to like carrying somebody out of the building.
exactly.
And I really enjoyed that event. I mean, I hate training for max distance, but it went really well for me. I ended up winning that one. Uh, I love doing log press. I was able to squeak out, I think it was 8 reps for our
Nice.
trunk weight.
Nice.
And then me and a fellow middleweight, Harry Walker, I'm sure you've seen him around. Incredible athlete. He does just about every competition there is out there. He was at America's Strongest Veteran.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I got to go head to head with him at the sandbag steeplechase. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
He ended up beating me though, just by a
Uh,
second, man.
hey,
I thought I had him. He had a better game plan.
it always comes down to like just fractions of a second for fractions
Oh
of a
yeah,
point. It's like, God damn it. It was like so close.
yeah. Um, then we had a axle Hummer tire press away event.
Okay.
And I was really looking forward to that one because the clean is the hardest part unless you come from, like an Olympic background.
Yeah.
And I was just able to like stand there and just rep them out, and it's really cool on stage, like just the visual aspect of it, like
Oh, yeah.
giant tires and just
It looks insane.
yeah, yeah. Um, Man, I could talk about it all day long if you want to, or we can
Well,
move
no,
on.
that's the whole thing is talking about it. But just talking about the training for distance. With everything going on there, what is your best event? Just point blank, period.
Um, I could say pretty confidently anything overhead press related is one of my historically best events.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Like I said, some people just, in strongman, you know how the elbows get. A lot of times that's the biggest hindrance for a lot of people pressing. Even when you have to explain to the judge, it's like, my lockout is here and not.
It's right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, with winning, you know what I'm saying, and getting the trophy and getting that medal, did you get to did Arnold actually come up there with you and take a picture? Like he usually is one of those
Yeah.
people that always takes that selfie with him.
Yeah, that was one of the coolest life experiences I ever had. Just because grew up watching all those movies as a kid, and that was like TV dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he called me up on stage, said some, said I should get into bodybuilding. Uh, I'm not. I'm not. Yeah, and then presented me with a gold-plated fire axe. That's such a cool trophy.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Well, where you have that displayed?
So I'm working on getting a shadow box made for it. Um, yeah, the Arnold was so long ago. I need to get my shit together, dude.
Well, after winning something like that, it definitely changes a lot of things in your life. You know what I'm saying? Because, like,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure a lot of people wanted you on some shows, wanted you to make some appearances, or even just talk about this on a regular basis.
yeah, yeah. It's pretty. What are the words I'm trying to describe? Um, it's almost hard to believe,
Yeah,
and just in the sense that you work so hard for something, and then when it finally happens, you're taken back from it. Like, did I really just do that? Because um, I competed at that show for 3 years, and it was always my goal since my first appearance It's like, I want to win that, you know? And when it finally came true, it was like, holy cow.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's one of those things too. It's like having a goal and achieving that goal. And then it's like you get there, it being so surreal because like, just like you said, if they're doing a pound for pound and it's, who you're competing against and it's all top of the people, because like I said, everyone's got to go through prelims, everyone's got to prove themselves. And so you're at tip of the spear when it comes to that Arnold show.
Yeah.
So for you to pull it off and to fucking nail it, you know what I'm saying, and then win, and it being the goal, like I said, everyone who joined, that's, it's going to be their goal. But the thing is it's your time to shine, and you got it.
Yeah. Yeah. In preparation for that, my mindset was, I don't care how many years it takes me to achieve that. I'm just going to keep working towards it. And then every year I got better. And yeah, you just manifest it. You just tell yourself, like, this is my time to show out. I'm here. I don't care who else is here. And you just do
Oh,
the thing.
oh yeah, and that's it. It's my time to shine. It's my time to do this. You just fucking pull the cord and let it happen.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things too, is like understanding and like really, like I said, we can sit here and casually talk about it, but like, the work behind the scenes to achieve it, and the amount of cardio, the amount of training, the amount of effort gone into there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It can happen, you know what I'm saying? And you
Yeah.
proved it by winning it. It's like, how many people have come up to you after this show and just have been like, God damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, you fucking, you are that guy now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's put a target on me for sure.
Oh yeah, that is it. You know what I'm saying? With your firefighting crew and stuff like that, and everyone around you, it's like, it's like, there, it's almost like a level of expectation you got to always basically kind of hold up. Like, I can work, I can push through, I can, I'm carrying people out.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't be the one in the back, like, you guys got it.
Yeah.
You're doing great, buddy.
You know what I'm saying?
You're like,
Moral
no, get
support.
up there. Go help
Exactly.
them. And then I
Exactly.
push everyone aside and I was like, all right, I'll just do this myself.
Exactly. Let me show you how to make it look easy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's one of those things too, is like, it's always so fun and so cool to see and talk to somebody who can actually, like, share this experience. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's, people always imagine and well wish and like, oh man, one day, and all of a sudden you had that one well day. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it freaking happened. And here's the thing too, is like, with next year coming up, are you returning to retain that title?
So, man, after winning that title, um, I'm trying to build upon that. Um, I'm still kind of debating whether or not I want to go back and compete at World's Strongest Firefighter again. I feel like I would have to compete in the open just for personal, like a challenge, like,
Yeah.
okay, if I could win it in like multiple weight classes, that would just, I don't know, that would put me at the top.
Yeah.
But
Well,
at the
it puts you
same
on another
time,
level at the top.
yeah, at the same time, it's passing the torch. So every year at that competition, it's been a new crowned winner. So I feel like that was my year, and now I'm passing the torch and the opportunity for others to come up through the ranks and prove themselves.
That's it. That's it. Well, that right there is very generous, because that's, you know, a lot of times too, it's like people don't look at it like that. People are like, no, I'm going to defend. But it's like, look, if I win it, I win it. But if I can pass on the torch to the next person, gets the fuck what? You know what I'm saying? It's your
Yeah,
time. That's very humble of you, brother. Because you know, some people, like, it's a completely different thought process and what's called, but also too, for, this is something that's on a completely different level for strongman too, because this is not just a standard title. This is America's strongest firefighter. It's
yeah,
it's it's like, I remember when they first started doing it, and I was like, God, fucking damn, it's so fucking cool. I remember the first guy who won, I was just like, I tried to get him on the show, but I wasn't big enough at that moment in time.
yeah. Yeah. What was I gonna say? It was on the tip of my tongue. Um,
It happens. I do it all the time.
yeah. Just with passing the torch along, and like winning it as a middleweight. I'm hoping to grow the sport even further, where people from the outside who have thought about competing, but they might be hesitant, like, well, it's only a heavyweight show. Well, I've proven that wrong, and you know, hoping to get more international exposure too. I think we had 7 or 8 countries represented that
Nice.
this year. So
Well, that's one of those things too. Is pushing a sport, promoting a sport. That's how you grow a sport. And
yeah,
if you're getting on these shows like this and really putting out the content for people to know, you know what I'm saying? Like this exists. Pay attention to it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because just like you said, it's not a normal show. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit more critique because like one of the just like how we were talking about earlier, strongman. If they're adapting it to firefighting, it's so beneficial, so
yeah.
beneficial. And also too, it's going to be a little cooler to watch because I would assume they have certain implements that are just more representative of your guys's brand.
Yeah, you brought that up, and we get to play with fire hydrants usually. So we had a loading event similar to Atlas Stones, where we had to load a series of fire hydrants onto a platform. That was pretty cool. The year
Hell,
before that, it was a fire hydrant press overhead.
oh
It was dangerous in my opinion because there's so many. The weight distribution on it is just it's really top heavy and there's like pointy edges and there's room to hurt yourself on that. But in the safest way possible, we lift those things up.
yeah,
And they're bringing fire hydrants back this coming year, so
oh, okay,
it's gonna be fun
uh,
to watch.
yeah, definitely fun to watch. Fun fact: I used to work for a company called U.S. Pipe and Foundry,
Okay.
and they were bought by Mueller, and so I got to go to Alabama and watch where they made the fire hydrants. So I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't know how much went into actually making fire hydrants until I showed up there, and
Yeah.
goddamn, they're heavy.
Yeah, they're hollow inside. Come to find out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a cast iron shell and
Yeah.
especially if it ain't got all the guts, it's still hundreds of pounds.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's so crazy. Have they ever implemented any fire hoses or all that in
Uh, no, just because hose without water doesn't really weigh a whole lot, you know.
yeah.
I could see them potentially doing like a rope pull with a hose,
There you go.
but yeah, we'll see. They released 4 of the events for next year on the Instagram page. I
Nice.
didn't see any rope pulls on there, not that I'm aware of.
Oh, okay. Well, if you could pick an event that they could put in there, what would it be?
Oh man, it's a lot. I'd like to see some type of. Are you familiar with like the Firefighter Combat Challenge?
No.
Okay, well, it's a relay race where firefighters bunk out, and there's an obstacle course of I think 5 or 6 events, and it's the fastest time. And usually, all obstacles are completed in about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But anyways, one of the first events on in the challenge is running up a flight of stairs, and I think we could possibly replicate that with same leg to shoulder, and then maybe up like a power stairs where it's like 5 stairs, something like that, or
Yeah.
even if it's sandbag power stairs. I think
Yeah.
that would be. It might be really cool to watch.
Exactly.
So
They're
if
sitting there
if
putting a ruck on you, like climb up these stairs now.
yeah, so if Jeff is watching, maybe
Yeah.
it'll
Hey,
help.
exactly. I was just saying, you guys are watching. The ideas have been dropped.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Well, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be crazy. It's going to be fun, and there's going to be a lot of cool stuff going on. So, and also too, with competing, a lot of times you actually don't even get to enjoy the actual event happening around you. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
you're in competition mode, so everything else has to be drowned out. So, was there any enjoying of the actual Arnold Expo, or any of the enjoying of the other actual shows happening going on around you?
Um, Man, the prelims just took all day long. So, because we had over 100 athletes to get through, and I ended up walking around the expo after it was over, and that was about the time everyone was packing up. There was a couple of people I was trying to see. I just can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were gone by that time, and then I try to limit the exposure to all the lights and noise because it could be draining in itself, you know. And just
Yeah.
I came here with a focus and a mission, and try to eliminate some of the distractions. It's kind of hard too when there's smoke machines and dance parties going on right next to us with the um, Young LA stage, but
Yeah.
it was funny. I mean, they had good tunes at least, you know.
Exactly. Exactly. Because even with a lot of times too, it's like people, like you're just behind a curtain next to everybody, and it's like, oh, there's a lot going on. I wonder what's going on. And with strongman, you got to rest between your period, between your events, regroup, and then get back out on that floor.
Yeah, save your energy and focus for what matters.
So what are you typically eating in between, or like what's your nutrition looking like while you're actually in comp?
A lot of sugary snacks, really.
That's the best part.
Yeah, it's just quick digestive and it gets into your bloodstream faster for like utilization. Some of my go-tos are like Rice Krispies, Pop Tarts, peanut butter and jellies. Something that doesn't really sit heavy on my stomach,
Yeah.
but it's just really calorie dense too.
Yeah, no, that's very typical when you see, because that's one of those things as
You
treats
just feel
are
like a
floating
kid back
around.
there.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, I have no like I don't have to control. I just got to eat
Yeah,
enough and have a good time, and luckily it tastes good. You know what I'm saying? It's not
yeah.
like you're sitting there back there eating chicken and broccoli and rice with no
No, I
flavor.
I try to get like one meal in that's not just full of sugar, but yeah, that's really all you can send back there. It's ridiculous because you never
Oh,
eat like that any other time.
any other time. Well, hey, with that kind of nutrition during comp, when you're actually in prep, you know what I'm saying? What's your typical diet even looking like there?
I eat really clean, actually. I follow uh, macronutrients, pretty pretty self-explanatory there. But I try to eliminate a lot of processed foods. So I'm eating, you know, white rice, beans, lean protein sources, and I'm comfortable eating that. Can make it taste good.
Oh yeah, no, there's way. Some people always feel like I got to eat all this plain food so I can feel healthy. I'm like, no, you could still feel healthy and your food tastes good. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? 90% of my diet is ground beef and rice, so it's
there
like,
you go.
you know what I'm saying. I enjoy I'll enjoy some chicken, I'll enjoy some pork, but for the majority of what I'm eating, it's always just like yeah, I almost have that vertical diet. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty close to it, but not like on point with the vertical. There's some things I like, some things I don't, but you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just shoveling food in my mouth.
I do eat pancakes, eggs, and bacon just about every day. So
Hey, and when you can do that every day, that's a good day.
yeah, I mean, it's good. I
Oh
don't know
yeah.
what else to say about it.
Well, even after digesting that, man, and like maybe an hour or two after that, it's like, okay, I'm actually fueled up to train because I don't know how many people actually train. There's a lot of people out there that actually train on empty stomachs, and I'm like, God damn, I don't know how you like,
I
you
don't know
know,
either.
barely any water, 2 cups of coffee, and going straight into training. I'm like, and you feel strong like that?
Yeah, the carnivore diet is probably the worst one for this sport in general.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, big time, big time. Like strongman is a carbohydrate dense sport.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, and even too, do you ever have struggle making weight at your weight class?
So currently I'm floating like right about where I need to be for the 105 kilo class. I have room to grow, trying to grow, but lately it seems like the more I eat, the more I lose weight. So maybe I was already in a deficit, or I'm just putting in that much effort, in my training.
Oh yeah, no, that always happens. That is like, like the numbers match, but sometimes it's hard to calculate that the amount of output. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
that output could be so taxing on your nutrition. You know what I'm saying? It will pull every bit out of you when you're trying to pull every bit out of your body.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm working with a local nutritionist, and she was talking about like, has your training intensity increased? And um, I mean, it's kind of always been intense, you know.
Yeah,
So it gradually increases week to week with general periodization.
yeah,
So you don't, I guess, feel it as much, you know, like the ramp up.
yeah.
So
That's it. Like I said, it's walking that fine line to stay right where you're at, or like even to grow. It's like, like how many meals you're probably putting down a day? What you think?
typically it's 5 meals a day. Yeah. And they're all about, I think, around like 800 to 900 calories or so.
Oh, that's not too bad. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty good right there. Sometimes you're trying to get these 1,000 calorie meals in. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
See, people don't know that
Get
struggle.
tired of eating.
Yeah. Oh, that's one of those things too. It takes quite a bit to do this, and also too, it's not a cheap sport, and it can add up real quick, especially on when you start getting to that professional level. You know what I'm saying? It's really trying to manage it. It's a lot of us. It's what we love. People love strongman. People love to train strongman, and they like to go to these comps. And we enjoy it enough to where people are like, no, it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
that effort, that money, the hours that we put in. You know what I'm saying? Because you can physically and feel the difference in it.
Yeah. I think it's pretty rewarding, you know, if you're goal driven, for sure.
Oh yeah, no, big time, big time. Like I said, I definitely enjoy watching. And like I said, I've never competed. I got a whole bunch of injuries, and it's held me back for years. But luckily for me, I've always been able to kind of just be in there, but not in the mix. But I'm always there to watch. You know what I'm saying? Always
Yeah.
there to enjoy. So
It's
it's
fascinating.
yes, yes. You know what I'm saying? And it's all shapes, all sizes. You have some super strong guys, and you wouldn't even think it just by looking at them. That's the crazy
Yeah.
part. You know,
Yeah.
let's
Strength
let's just
has no form.
has no form. People are just naturally gifted, and god damn it, I'm jealous.
Yeah. It's
That's
funny.
it.
Some folks, they look like they could be bodybuilders going out there,
Yeah,
and then some folks are just they don't look like I guess your stereotypical you know, like meathead, and they're out there like destroying all the events. You're like,
yeah,
what? Like, how, dude?
yeah. Like,
You
where
don't
did
look
that
like you
come
should be
from?
able to do that, but here you are.
Yep, and that is the truth. That is the truth. It's like I said. Like my wife had came with me to the Olympia, and she was just like god damn, like when you get an outsider coming in to look on the inside, it's just it's very like she would point out to a few guys. She's all, I didn't think he was going to lift that. And I was like, oh yeah, they're repping 700. Come on.
Yeah.
One of those things too is like, even when you do axle bar deadlifts for reps, it's like there's no giving that bar, so it
Oh,
definitely grueling.
yeah. That looked like a fun event. Man, it. I thought a lot more people were going to get that bar.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't heard any feedback if it was potentially like bowed or anything like that. I'm sure none of their equipment is in like less than optimal condition,
Yeah.
but could be just the fatigue of the show too.
Oh yeah. Well, it ran long, so that deadlift was supposed to be yet the day before, but the Olympia runs on a time schedule. At 5 o'clock, they shut it down, and so
Yeah,
what I'm saying, they're like, "All right, we're gonna have to push it to tomorrow to the next day." And when they did that, like I can only imagine everyone was being, you prepare for the events to be that day, and then when that
yeah,
event doesn't happen, it's like, oh shit, I'm completely out of my element now.
yeah. I'm glad they were able to squeeze everything down and make sure everyone got to do every event.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I know
Nice.
that there was probably some concern with that.
Now
But
things
no,
happen,
they
and
pulled
that's
it out.
strongman for you too. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
adapt and overcome.
That's it. That's it. You might have a little bit longer of a break than you think, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I gotta be ready.
Yeah.
You know, that's the
No,
one thing I love about strongman. It's literally any given day.
yeah. Um, they're doing a fantastic job over there. There's a lot of
Yeah.
stress, a lot of opinions on how things should be done, but you know, I think they're doing a fantastic job. And
No, they absolutely are, because that's one of the people. If you've never put on a show, you have no reason to even like comment on like how they are running it, because like you only have so many people, you only have so much equipment, and you only have so much time. And
yeah,
you know the chaos that happens at these shows, because how many people are there, how fast does it need to go, and they manage it extremely well. So like I
yeah.
always tip my hat to anybody who's putting on a show, because I don't know if I can handle that kind of chaos. I enjoy watching it, but I don't want to handle it.
Yeah, and things never go as planned, you know.
Never.
So they're dealing with all these setbacks or delays, and just yeah. They pull it off though.
That they do. They do. You know what I'm saying? Was it a nice smooth show for the Arnold?
Yeah, it was. Unfortunately, I'm sure you're familiar with that hoist lift.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were supposed to trial run that at the Arnold, and unfortunately, there were some technical difficulties with that, so they had to cut the event. Um,
Uh
but I did the Strongman Core Amateur Nationals in November out in
nice.
Vegas. Sorry, not November, September. I
Oh,
get my
okay.
months mixed up. Yeah,
I actually missed that show. I was on vacation.
yeah. We got to run it there. It was a very unique apparatus, and it was very challenging. It was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
Very. Oh yeah. Especially like you're sitting in like basically a lat pull down position in that chair with some knee pads, and it's like, oh my god. Some people, they figured it out real quick, and some people were just like struggling with it too. It's like, all right,
I was on that struggle bus.
it's
I thought I had to rig up something in the gym to try and mimic that event to get the feeling of it, and I thought it was going heavy, but when I put my hands on the one there, I wasn't going heavy enough.
yeah.
So there's a little bit of
Oh yeah.
strategy and tactics that went into that. I learned after the fact that I should have been doing, but
Oh yeah,
you live and you learn.
yeah, exactly. It's always you live and you learn. And it's also too. It's not one of those events that you can actually practice and train for. It's like if anything, you're pulling from the bottom, and or pulling straight across like an arm over arm, but you're not pulling at that angle, and it's like, oh my god,
Yeah,
yeah, it's insane. It's exactly. It's like But if maybe it helps you out it not being in the event. If so, it didn't hurt you too bad for the at the Arnold.
yeah, um, yeah. I won two out of the three events we did on the finals, so I would have had to do very bad at the hoist in order to lose my shot at the crown.
Oh, that's some serious points ahead then.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's like I said. It's always nice when you got that cushion behind you, and especially if you can keep that momentum pushing.
yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I said, if there's anything that you like I said, and for firemen out there that want to do this, you know what I'm saying? What's that one piece of advice you'd give them?
just get involved. Don't be don't be intimidated by the sport. There's a there might be a stigma, on it. Like you're gonna get hurt or you can't do that. It's too difficult, but you can. It's not. Just get involved, sign up for a show, get your hands on as much equipment as you can, and understand it takes time. You know, but it's been fun.
That's it.
I
Yeah.
recommend it to everybody. I think it translates to our job, and you're gonna have fun training. So it's always something new to learn, a new challenge. Yeah, it's very rewarding.
That's good. That's what I like to hear too. You know what I'm saying? It's and that's the thing too. It's getting people out there to support, to watch, and to help grow. You know what I'm saying? So for everyone out there, make sure you go follow Frank. I'll put his information in the bottom so you guys go follow him on Instagram and all that good stuff. and let people know what's the easiest way to get a hold of you.
Usually Instagram. Yeah, I'm fairly active on there.
There you go. I'll put all the information in there. And
Cool.
Frank, thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing your time, and thank you for joining me on this show.
Thanks
And
for having me.
oh yeah. And so before we get out of here, I'm the Angry Motherfucking Dad. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. If you want to like, share, subscribe, all that bullshit, it really helps me to fuck out. I'm also part of the Inner Circle Podcast Network, a group of powerful podcasters out there sharing their shit. That is innercirclepn.com. We'll take everyone on our websites, everyone on our shows. We have shows as The Plunge, Failing Hollywood, Simmons and More, The Untrained Eye, The Hood Diner. Shit happens when you party naked, so make sure you check it the fuck out. And we'll see y'all motherfuckers on the next one. Fuck.
Always living, always living, always living, always living, always living.